Hey there, Sabine here. So today's video is centered around allowing others to witness us when we are in our messy middle or that liminal space of transition or transformation, however you want to look at it. And so I was sitting here thinking about a challenge that I'm navigating. It's a personal challenge, or started off as a personal challenge that has seeped its way into other parts of my life. But nonetheless, as I'm thinking about me navigating this challenge, what I noticed was in the past, whenever I had a similar thing, I would process it on my own, figure out the steps, figure out the strategy, get to a place where it felt good or I felt, that I was back on solid ground. And then I would tell people, either I would tell, my close friends, I would tell associates, or, I would share it openly. And this time around, I found myself sitting with the challenge that I was facing and saying, okay, you know what? Maybe this time I do something different. Maybe rather than processing and then bringing people in, what would that look like if I allowed people to witness me in the messy middle, in the liminal space that I am in, not necessarily to validate or fix or come up with a solution for my challenge, but just to see me, to hear me, to acknowledge me in what I was thinking, what I was feeling. And so that's what I did. And I realized that, part of our growth process, especially when you're high functioning, high achiever, and you're so used to getting stuff done, sometimes we don't even realize that, while growth in and of itself is sometimes uncomfortable, it's sometimes challenging, that it's not a process that necessarily has to be contained, so to speak. And what I mean by that is sometimes the part that our growth is hinging on is our ability to bring others in, not when we have it all polished and all, fixed, if you will, but when we are still in that messy middle, when we are still in that liminal space. Because not only does it show us that it's okay and it's safe to have people see us in that space and us not having all the answers in that question, but I think in some ways it helps to serve the other person too, that they get to see what growth looks like from an objective perspective, from an outside perspective. So, for those of you who are in your messy middle or you are in your liminal growth state, if you're like me and you like to process and then share your lessons learned or how you navigated it, I'm inviting you to allow others to witness you. Of course, people that you trust and people that, have created that safety for you while you're in that space, because that is too part of the growth process that you're experiencing. And it also allows the other people that you're letting in to see growth and perhaps to see themselves in their growth cycle. So that's what I have for you today. Have a great rest of the day, and we will talk soon. Take care.